What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, getting down fresh out prison stories. I have with me here today DJ Verrett, and this man, he did a lot of time in federal prison, man. And he has some crazy stories, stuff that he's witnessed and been around that a lot of you guys just have no idea, man. And I think hearing it from him, maybe you'll look at it a little bit different than what you've heard maybe in a Hollywood movie or in a rap song, man. But DJ, man, I know you've been a lot of places, man, and you know you went in the feds at a very young age in the '90s when it was a lot different. Going up in there at that time of your life, man, you know what was something that sticks out in your mind that you seen that you were like, God damn, this shit is crazy, man.
Man. Frankenstein's castle. That's what it looked like. You know, you going in there from leaving the you know, MDC, staying there for a year, you meet a whole bunch of people, you dig what I'm saying, and then going to the yard, it's like, okay, all right, it's time, it's game time.
Where was the first place they sent you?
They sent me to Lompoc.
USP?
Yes.
That's where I went.
Went to Lompoc.
Yeah, they call it great. Catholic grade school. Yeah.
Yeah. They put me in the hole. You know, talking about captain's review. I ain't never been to the hole before. You know, so they put me in the hole and put me in the cell with one of the homies. And he was like, "You smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah, I smoke." You know, gave me a pack of Camels. We sit back and talk because my cousin is from his neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? He's like. And so we chopped it up for a little bit, and it's like it's like, I'm not a big dude, man. I extend both.
No, them cells are small. Like you said, literally like this.
Yes.
Like this. If you get to use the bathroom, I got to get on a bunk.
Yeah, only one person can.
That's right.
Can stand up at the
toilet
time.
right there. It's horrible. You got to step over the toilet to get out the cell, damn near.
Yeah, it's foul. So I did that right there, and it's like, this is real talk. This is like everybody here. A lot of people ain't going home.
Some of them sentences is crazy.
Yeah, you know, you got them Cubans who ain't never getting out, but the fact of the matter is when you sharing a cell with somebody who ain't never getting out, when you walk into the line and the first thing they give you when you meet the homies, where you from? Oh, I know so-and-so, I know so-and-so. Yeah, they're my homeboys, right? Because I'm affiliated, you know, I'm connected, I'm a part of that movement, you dig what I'm saying? Even though I was a youngster. Give you some Zuzus and Wham Whams, you know, for your viewers, you know, snacks and stuff like that, right? He give you some flip flops because you ain't gonna take no shower barefooted, you dig? They gonna give you a bone crusher.
Yeah.
You gonna get a bone crusher, and for your viewers, a bone crusher is a knife that goes through bone. And
ice pick.
What I'm gonna do with this, man?
Yeah.
Like, we gonna use it. You know, you got to remember, I'm fresh. I'm from the streets. You know, I kept pistols. I can shoot from a distance. Knives are up close and personal.
Yeah.
I ain't never stabbed nobody in my entire life. You dig what I'm saying? So now, I'm in an environment. Where they give you this stuff. So it's like, no, I don't want that. No, you're gonna have to keep this. You're gonna keep this all the time. You know, so I watch these little movies on TV and I'm like, man, they need cats like you and me to write these prison scenes, you know. Some of these rappers, man, they glorifying my lifestyle. They glorifying your lifestyle, who ain't never been there and done that. You know, they just taking stories and profiting off. They glorifying this life that they ain't got the nuts to even walk. They glorifying the life that they don't have the nuts to even walk. And I'm sorry, but I had to keep it 100 like that.
I mean, I'm totally on the same page, man. And you just gave me a flashback, man. Because like I said, Lompoc, they got that third tier, man, too. And they toss motherfucker off that third tier. You know, it ain't no that cement ain't giving, man. I mean, it's so serious. you know, I seen some dudes, like you said, turning the TV.
You better not turn that TV. You got to be there for some years to be able to turn that TV. Be some years.
Man, TV and where a dude's chair is. You know, they almost have an X on the ground where his chair is all the time.
That's your spot. You better not sit there. Hey, Hurt, can I sit in your spot? Yeah, go ahead, homie. You know.
Yeah.
When I get in, you know, you got to rise like you got yeast in your ass and move, but you know, shit like that. But that was me, dog. That was me. That was my spot. You don't sit in my spot every time. That's the phone I use. You know, this is
That's right.
You know, these are the buffing that iron. At a certain time, our clique gonna use this weight on this day for this, and then shit, you know, stuff like that. You know, and walking that track and these benches, them my benches right there.
When you were there, did they already have the wire going across?
They had all that because them helicopters were trying to come in. The same thing in Phoenix.
Trying to get dudes up out of there.
Yeah, exactly. When I was there, the Falcon and the Snowman, the Falcon and Snowman, one of them, it was there. You dig what I'm saying? But then shortly after that, I was there about 2 months. They were like, you know what, you ain't supposed to be here. So I tell the homeboy Crazy, I'm like, man, they transferring me. It's like, you weren't supposed to be here. I'm like, I like it here now. I'm cool, I'm comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent me across the street. I stayed across the street. I've only heard stories about the FCI. I've only heard stories about that. Man, I was there about a good 9 months. Had a riot. Got shipped out. I'm at Con Air. They shot me to Phoenix, Arizona. FCI, Phoenix, Arizona. Stayed there, and it's a yard with a bunch of alphas. You on the yard, I'm an alpha male myself, you know, but being on the yard with a whole bunch of alpha males.
Everybody on swole.
Everybody on swole. So what you gonna do is you gonna start buffing iron. You gonna start buffing iron. I did, you know, when I got out, I was 210 pounds. I'm 5'8". I'm gonna send you some. I think I'll send you some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like Diesel, you know, hit them 4 plates. You know, that was the thing. Sit back, smoke cigarettes while you're buffing iron. You know, buffing the iron.
Yeah, you buff with your legs up, cross while you do it.
Like this, you know, buff the iron and smoke cigarettes, drink some black coffee.
And get the mug out there. You get the mug.
Yeah. So you know, got into a riot from over there because of politicking. So there's no, I ain't a part of this. Nigga, you a part of this.
Yeah. You
a part of this. It's going down today, and you better stay on the yard because the grapevine's so small. And I was angry. Homie. I was angry, Hurt. I got 20 years. It's 92. Hell, you want me to do this? I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. But they got a place for people like that. It's called special housing unit.
Yeah.
Then from there, I went to the pen. This new prison that was just built called USP Florence.
Oh, I heard about Florence.
Yeah, it's true. Whatever you heard about Florence is true. It's up in the mountains. It's a 40-foot wall. They got gun towers everywhere. They got a tunnel. When it snows so hard there, you can't walk out the tunnel. The tunnel is the most deadliest place on the yard. When I first got to USP Florence, I was black boxed. They put you, you know, all black boxes got to go to shoot, right? Yeah. Now, this is some stuff that my homeboys ain't never experienced, and especially some of these old gangster rappers ain't never experienced this shit. They're going to probably make a song about what I'm about to tell you right now. You hit the line, right? You black boxed. You go to captain's review, which is you're going to go to shoot for 7 days. It's 94, Herc. It's 94. My date ain't till 2010. There was a funny smell in the vent. We hit the line. I'm like, I've been down 4 years now, 4 or 5 years now. So I'm like, damn, homie, you know, what's up, homie? Where you from? I'm Ghost. I'm from Harper City. Blah blah blah. I'm so and so from 6-0. Right. You know, so and so. Yeah, the homies you smoke. Like, yeah. Fire up a hump, you know, talking shit like what's it like here, like homie, it's dangerous here. You know, it's like, he didn't say it was cool, he said, homie, it's dangerous here. So when you hit that line, be unbending, ghost. So I'm like, fuck. You smell that? I'm like, yeah. Like something come out the vents, trying to block the vents. They do cell rotation every 30 days while you in SHU. The cat next door to us, behind a brick wall like this, you know, it's the wall like this
yeah, thick.
And there's another cell. He cut his throat and disemboweled his cellie. Disemboweled his cellie. That means he cut his throat.
Took the organs out.
He cut his throat, smothered him, cut his throat, bled him out, and then got the razor and cut him open right here and flushed all of his lungs. It's dangerous. See, this is the stuff that the homeboys ain't never experienced. This is something that these cats don't experience. And you gotta walk the line with people like this. And they came to got him, they pepper sprayed him, they hit him with them salt rocks. And the next day I get out the hole. I'm walking the yard with the homies, we smoking a blunt on the bleachers, and cats walking across the yard on a Saturday morning and just start stabbing somebody in front of us. Because they didn't look like us, we had to back away. And the gun towers, pow, pow. I got to spend the next 6 years like this. Crazy.
And that's one of the reasons why they had that stand-up count.
Is because of that incident right there.
For those of you who don't know, across the country at 4 o'clock, they got a stand-up count.
And now they have one on weekends too now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some shit I can't unforget. I cannot unforget some of the things that people don't know, because they can talk about it, but they ain't never seen no shit like that. Somebody disemboweling somebody next door to you and there's nothing you can do about it. And they're right next door. Somebody getting stabbed right there in front of you. Somebody getting their throat cut right in front of you. I'm like, man, I didn't know to these youngsters that's listening, they didn't tell me about any of this part. I didn't know.
Well, even a lot of people don't know. I've seen dudes like extortion. Big in the pen. They found out you got some bread. I've seen some dudes, man, they put that extortion move down up in there.
Oh my God, some of them, the mafiosos, the motherfuckers, yes. They run a racket, they extortion. If you one of them celebrities come up in there, they're gonna put you up under their wing, they're gonna extort the hell out you. You know, they will extort the hell out you. You know, I did time with some of the most wildest people the people who blew up the World Trade. In '93, I walked the yard with them and said, I would go to Juma every Friday, right? So I can get out of work early. So the older one was the imam, right?
He's the one that blew the building up?
Yeah, but their explosive packs didn't go off. They got arrested, it was two of them. So I would go to Juma just to get out of work early on Fridays, because we're making that wine, because we're getting ready to come out the ceilings. You dig what I'm saying? Make that wine, get them $50 papers of that brown, and roll up, little cheap ass joints, right? So Friday we get all that stuff ready. So he's like, hey Ghost, I see you coming here to Juma all the time. Do you want to be a part of the brotherhood? And I looked at him like, no, I'm a Crip. That's the brotherhood I'm a part of. And he looked at me like, all right, walked off. So the younger one, I said, why are you here? And he told me why he was there. I said, you gonna blow up buildings? He's like, yeah, my family couldn't buy, sell, or trade once I got selected. I couldn't buy, sell, or trade. When it messed, I couldn't say no. I said, how much time did he give you? He said, 492 years.
God.
I said, how old are you? He said, I'm 23. We were the same age. And then you got this other cat. Man, I can keep going on and on, but yeah, extortion, gambling, all that stuff like that. And if you weak and you unconnected, you know what's gonna happen? They gonna make a girl out of you. Yes, I've seen it happen several times. These one who thought they was gangster, I guess you could say. You know, made a mistake, crossed that line, don't know nobody, hit the line, and next you know, they're forced to walk around with purses. Yeah, bitch, you a bitch now. Excuse my language.
No, they need to hear it raw, man.
But these young motherfuckers walking around sagging. Do you know where that sagging come from, right?
No, showing that you're available. That's
Yeah, these. When I walk around LA and see these young motherfuckers sagging, I'm thinking, I don't got. If that's your thing, if you part of the LGBT community, God bless your heart, you know. But some of these cats I see, these youngsters walking around sagging, walking down the street right now, you know, on the yard, they look like they're on the yard because they look like they're, you know, available. And when they look like that, you got them booty bandits that's gonna come get you and gonna pimp you out. You know, if the homies are a part of that, they're blackballed. You see what I'm saying? We gangsters. Gangsters don't do that. You see what I'm saying? That's the mindset. So you can't fuck with no punks. You know, you can't do none of that. So if the homies get popped doing that, then they're gonna get rolled up off that yard. You see what I'm saying? You can't be in the yard no more, and then it's gonna spread. Everybody's gonna tell you.
Other institutions.
Oh, the homie's a punk now. He ain't with the car no more. You know.
And if you find out somebody's a punk, you gotta leave them alone.
You can't fuck with them.
I remember a dude told me, he said, you know about so and so. I'm like, nah. You know at the other spot he had a boyfriend. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He's like, oh man. He said, dude, I'm just letting you know. So he watching me now. So next time I see dude, I'm like, I'm cool. He's like, oh man, what's up, man? I'm like, I can't, I can't fuck with you, partner. I mean, you know what I mean? Because by me being warned, if I continue now I'm suspect.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You know what I mean?
And that's your manhood right there. You do not give your manhood up under any circumstances. If you talking about I'm just doing this, like you can give your manhood up.
That's
you know?
a wrap.
And but yeah, some of these youngsters I see walking these streets right now, sagging with with these skinny jeans and sagging and shit like that, man. There'll be girls in the penitentiary because them booty bands are gonna come get them, and ain't nothing they could do because the homies like we ain't fucking with you no more, but
that's a wrap.
It's a wrap, if they don't get you, somebody gonna come get you, and it's going to happen, no doubt.
Another thing too is I done seen dudes in cars and they be like the biggest dude in there, hoorah, and once somebody hit the yard and say something about, dude, do you know about so and so? And the homie be like, what? I seen a dude went from being like the hog on the yard to they packed him out. He went straight to the lieutenant and just checked in.
Yes, that's
straight. I'm like, damn, dude. They like, you thought, like I said, you guys trying to hide. You can go from being real good to all bad, and I'm talking about in one movement.
One moment. You can be hitting 5 plates on the way foul, doing all that. But once you've been exposed as
I seen a dude like that
and
rolled him up.
Get rolled up. It only take 4 pounds of pressure. 4 pounds of pressure. So when the homies call the meeting on the yard, you're gonna get served. You can walk there by yourself, or you can get carried there. One of the two, walk or get carried. And them bone crushers are real, but some of the cats, like me, I've been one with that lock and sock. Hey Ghost, you gotta go crack his skull right now. Really? Like, yeah, you gotta go crack his skull. You and so-and-so gonna crack his skull right now. Like, now deep down, I don't want to kill nobody. I got a 20-year prison sentence. I got a date, but the order is, because I'm a youngster, I gotta go crack your skull, right? Like, what's up? Nothing, keep walking. Like that. Next, your life is in danger, and so you can't stay on the yard because why? You was doing your thing with them punks, and we don't do that. So by me doing what I had to do occasionally, which Ghost is a rider, he does his thing. But actually, I didn't want to do that shit, but it's either you or me.
That's right. Yeah, I seen him pack out OG in the kitchen. Everybody's kept eating. They packing them out and beating the brakes off them. All up underneath the table. Everybody just keep eating. Nobody moving. After everybody finish their food, and you just gradually make your way out. And before the guards can see what's happening, you trying to get done so you don't get stuck in the mess hall when they checking everybody's knuckles and looking for blood on your clothes. It's crazy, man. Dudes think this shit is a game, man. It ain't no fucking game, man.
Nah, it's
horrible, man. Had nightmares about that shit.
Yeah. It's like I can't unsee.
No.
I can't unforget the stuff that I've seen. Like when they do that count time, and they just can't seem to get it right.
Yeah.
Count time.
Yep.
And they break out the book cards, birthday.
Yep. You gotta do. Yep.
They got your picture right there, but they want to actually hear you say your birthday, in your number. DJ 92857-012. I got to say my name like that. You dig what I'm saying? But some people I'm talking to one moment, but the word I didn't get the word yet. That it was a hit out on him, and he up in the laundry room. Because they got them big old laundry rooms. They got them big washers.
Like the mop closets.
Yeah, but they got these laundry rooms with these gigantic washers, and he planned on going home one day. He planned on finishing his prison sentence and walking through R&D, putting on his street clothes, because of things that this person has done. They found him stuffed in the dryer. Yes. Motherfucker was stuffed in a dryer because he did something that went against the grain. Yeah. Count time. They can't find this person. They go search the whole goddamn institution because they think it may have been a possible escape.
That's right.
It was actually a murder. It was a murder that when they poked him so many times, they folded him up and put him inside that gigantic dryer, that industrial dryer that they have. That's where his body was found. They ain't talking about this kind of stuff, man. No. I can't unforget that kind of stuff, Hurt.
No. It's like you said, man. I walked by a dude. I seen him bleeding. He looked at me. I couldn't touch him. Dude bleeding out, and I'm like, it's count time. I'm going past the dude. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if he's gonna make it or not, but he made it, and I seen him after that, and when he looked at me, it was a fucked up look, bro.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stop, because then now somehow it ties me into some shit, and then the dudes who did it, blah blah blah. It's just horrible, man. That you can't help, there's certain things you can't do.
You can't do, man. You can't do. I remember one day. It was March. It was February, March. I made some daggers out of beef ribs. The Folgers coffee lid. You put that on top of the agitator. You stuff it on top of the agitator, right? You put that real strong grit sandpaper on it, and you put that thing on spin cycle. And you put that rib on there. You cut off a fat off it, right? And it makes a dagger. It goes through metal detectors. Right? So we need this. I've been in the pen, about 6 years now. So it's like these go through metal detectors, right? Now, it's either I can keep it on my pocket, So I gave it to one of the homies and put one on the yard in case we need this. And man, his dumb ass, because now our numbers are getting thick again, he started beefing with some Nigerians. Gambling bill we didn't know about. He poked him, punctured his lung, and said, "Ghost gave me the knife." Remember, I was on the yard for 12 days. 12 days on the yard. This motherfucker said, "Yeah, Ghost gave it to me." I said, "Man, I've been having trouble with people telling on me too much, And so they came to get me. I'm like, man. The next day, the one cat that he poked was on life support. He's not with the game. He just owed a debt. He didn't want to pay him I think it was like 10 books of stamps. What's that? So he poked him, hit him right here with the rib bone and pushed it up, right? And it punctured his lung. And so he's on life support. He's been charged with attempted murder with a weapon in the institution. He don't want to do it. He said Ghost gave it to me. But the thing was, I'm in a different unit. So I ain't had nothing to do with it, right? So after that, we're getting ready to go to chow. It's in my book I wrote. I'll tell you more about that, right? So I'm trying to open up the door because when we go eat breakfast, we go with a mob. Mm-hmm. When we go to the showers, we're fully dressed, mm-hmm. and the homies stand guard, mm-hmm. fully dressed. When you're taking a shower, you shower in your boots, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So the door was locked. I'm like, man, what's happening? It's like, man, somebody got hit on the yard last night. I'm like, what you mean somebody got hit? It's like, somebody got hit. So I tell the CO, like, hey, how come the door open? It's like, why is your door locked too? He's like, I don't know what happened next. I'm like, fuck. So I told the homies, start rolling them up. Something happened. So we're smoking some blunts, and they call. I can hear the chants, their cadence from a distance. I look out my cell window, and here come all the Ninja Turtles in their formation with their riot gear. They call my name, Herc. Verrett. I'm like, fuck. I tell Haystack, I'll take it, make sure my property get to me, So I go there, and they tell me that. I was like, man, I have no clue what you guys are talking about, which I didn't. They kept me in the hole for 9 months.
Shit is serious, man.
9 months I was in SHU. And yeah, I'm like, how am I gonna do 9 months where I can touch both walls like this? I can touch both walls like this, where I can walk across this yard, the length of my cell in 2 steps. I'm not a big man. So they kept me in there for 9 months. It was hard. By myself.
Tell you guys, man, this shit's for real, man. That's why I'm trying to keep you guys laced up.
And it was all because I want to fit in. I want that acceptance, companionship, and understanding. Her by me saying, do you want to sell dope or not? If I would have said no, I wouldn't experience all that violence in my life.
Everything that came with it, the trail.
The trail. If I would have walked out that day and said, nah, I'm cool, take me home, or I'm going home, all this shit that we're talking about wouldn't even exist.
When you say that, I think about the gateway crime that opened the door for everything else. Mm-hmm. And it's like, when I got caught for my bank robbery, it wasn't a bank robbery, it was everything else I did up to that point. Mm-hmm. The bank robbery was just the pizzazz. Mm-hmm. It went down in high-speed chase, but everything else, stuff I did, I never got caught. All that mm-hmm. built up to that. Mm-hmm. So when I say, oh man, if dude wouldn't have, if we'd have gotten the bank a couple more minutes earlier, or 30 seconds earlier, we'd have got away. Dude, it was coming. See, there's a tail of negative shit that I was dragging. It's like mm-hmm. a car with the cans flapping around with the mm-hmm. strings attached. Mm-hmm. All that shit was on there, mm-hmm. and it just took a minute for it to catch up. And so I really thought about that when I got to, like you said, Lompoc, and I'm looking at this thing, and it was on lockdown when I got there because somebody just got killed. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, this is how they get down to Lompoc. I walked in there, and when I walked in there, they said, you want to go to cell with a Crip or blood? I said, they said, look, you better let us know. I said, put me in there with a Crip. Okay, boop, boop, bop. They put me in there. Yo, homie, people yelling like it's like a dog kennel. Everywhere. You walking through the thing. Yeah. It's on lockdown. They pop a door way down there. You got to walk in there. You know who's in there. Mm-hmm. You get up in there, you take the top bunk, homie up in there, mm-hmm. and it's already no space. And instantly, no property, no nothing. I got to go up in there, and I'm living with a dude, and I'm starving, and it's on lockdown. Mm-hmm. I said, man, I got to do this for a decade. I'm like, God, man, why? Yeah. Man, yes. For a decade? Yes. I got to do this shit? Yeah. I'm thinking, man, Lord, please, man, what I'm like looking around. And I'm like, dude, it's you can't even sit up on the bed because the thing is so low.
Yeah, you a big dude.
Yeah, so I'm like this. You know what I mean? But man, DJ, I'm telling you, man, it's like, you know, painting this picture, man. A lot of people don't know, but this is some real shit, man.
Oh, it's real. It's real, man. It's real. It's real, just like you are. Just your show is, man. It's real as a motherfucker. Excuse my language, but man, sometimes I think back, it's like, man, how did I get like this? How did I get like this? And you know, and I'm really grateful and I'm blessed that I was strong enough to make it through that, because my life is totally different now, and I enjoy life, man. You know I've been there, big dog, but sometimes I feel I've never been there until somebody see it. Hey, exactly. Goes. You know.
Yeah. Hey, there you guys have it. Big Herc, DJ Verrett, fresh out, prison talk.